Sydney! You alright, Sydney? There you go, mate. Breakfast time. Hang on, let's feed Sydney. He's not very good at catching. He's not as good as Charlie was. Come on, Sydney. Get it down you. I've got things to do, boy. He's pleased to see me. Come on then, mate. He was waiting here by the boat this morning. I came up and he's there's all hell breaking loose and he's just behind the boat licking his arse. Right, Sydney, I'll see you in a bit. See, I've got ropes here, here, here. I got Dyneema. I got 2 more ropes there. They're sprung over a fender to help. You see that shock there? See the way the boat bounces? This boat and I have been through so many goddamn storms. It's just not stopped for the last year. Let's take a walk along the marina here. A friend of mine has this one. See, a lot of these guys don't have their fenders on properly. This guy's all going to get smashed up. He's got no fender in here. After the winter, Sydney disappeared and was replaced immediately by Gary the Goose, who kind of hung around the boat for the rest of the winter and into the spring. Wasn't long before we had to start work, and we got to doing a bit of welding on the frame. It had to be altered because originally when I put it on the boat it interfered with the backstay and sort of overhung the back of the boat, so I decided to change it. You can see there it's not bolted to the deck yet. And also with the dark clouds and the rain, I had to wait before I could do any more work on that. The refit of the boat had a lot of things on the list to be done. One of them was working on the pod on the deck here. You can see I've got the depth sounder out. That decided to stop working, so I had to replace it. Wiring's not my strong point. But I figured it out. I got it all put back together again. There was moisture creeping into the old unit. It stopped working, and a lot of the coastal sailing that I do, a depth sounder is of vital importance. Also, there's some play on the steering. I took it all apart, but never quite managed to fix it properly, so it's a job that I'm going to have to get back to. But it was nice to see it all apart and see how it all worked. Another really important piece of kit on the boat are the guard wires that run down the side of the boat. Now, these wires are made of stainless steel, and of course they're there to stop you actually falling off the boat, so they are important. Mine were covered with a plastic coating which I decided to take off so I could investigate and check out the condition of the wire underneath. You can see there's a little bit of tarnish on it there, so I decided to give it a good old clean with some sponge and some soap. And it looked pretty good until I found this. So it was broken, rusted, I had to replace it. Once a year at Newton Abbot Racecourse, the whole place is turned over to a bunch of people that have a thing called a car boot sale, a marine car boot sale, where people who are interested in anything to do with sailing and boats can come along and buy and sell bits of bric-a-brac, bits of equipment, collectibles, charts, bits of rope, all kinds of stuff. And it's a great day out, and you can find a few bargains.
Never seen a steel canoe before.
Well, I bought a ton of stuff at the marine car boot sale, and my pack is full of goodies when I get home. But before I do go home, I'm stopping off in Newton Abbot, making a little detour to a special place that I discovered last time I was here. It's a church where my grandparents got married back in something like 1928, nearly 90 years ago. It's strange to think that my grandparents came out of this door as Mr. and Mrs. Bassett. That's on my mother's side. They were my mother's parents. And they were married here, in Newton Abbot, St. Paul's. At least I think they were. This is the only Protestant church in the area, and they were Protestant, so it has to be here. And it's hot. The weather's brilliant. Hence the shades, you know. Grandparents would never condone wearing shades in holy ground, I'm sure. Sorry, grandfolks. It's funny to think this tree would have been here at the time they got married. Not as big as this, though. So back at the boat and we're all unloaded. What did I actually get? Well, I got 2 flags. If you know where they're from, leave a comment or what they stand for. I've got I think it's called a chain snubber. It's a hook to hold onto your chain. I got a second-hand dirty, but I hope serviceable, 12-volt fan, which is going to go in my cabin. I got some tie grips. These are supposed to be marine grade. I got a cup. I bought this, which is a light to hang in the rigging as an anchor light, because I'm not so keen on the masthead anchor lights. And then I found this one, which is the same thing, but it's LED. The reason being, when you've got an anchor up at the top of your boat, people are not looking there. They're looking down at eye level in a lot of ports. And on a starry night also, a masthead light gets lost. Nice Dubarry, all leather sailing shoes, except they're made in China, but I'm sure they're fine. A refill for a life jacket, a piece of rope, waterproof case for my tablet, a bunch of charts that I haven't got, and I also got some flares, extinguishers, and they're actually in date, so they're legal. A bit scratched up, but they do have the legal in-date stamp on them, which is handy if I get inspected, especially in a place like France. So yeah, not bad. I didn't get any rope this time, but it's all stuff I can use, and I got it cheaper than I would have done if I'd have bought it online or in a shop.